this is going to be the first edition on Pick a Side of This or That. And it's going to be featuring Amen Thompson, because I'm looking at ESPN's top 25 under 25 list, and Tyler Hero, Jalen Green, Derek Lively are above Amen Thompson. Those are not the names I'm going to name. I'm going to name other players in this list that are more intriguing, but let's get into it. Who are you taking, this player or that player? Amen Thompson edition. First name up, Brandon Miller.
Amen Thompson.
I took him
in the draft.
I really like Brandon Miller, but Amen is already a guy who has an elite impact in so many different phases of the game with his defense and his rebounding. There's more playmaking to tap into. Already, he's just a winning star. And I have more questions about Brandon Miller with some of the finishing and rim pressure stuff and what level he gets to defensively. So I'll take Amen.
Did everybody take Amen? Did you take Amen,
no.
Drew?
I'm taking Amen for sure.
Okay.
Logan,
this is tough.
Yeah, I'm taking Amen.
Dallas, you're taking Amen?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, this is difficult for me, but I'm going to take Amen Thompson too, just because of all the intangibles that he has to offer that Brandon Miller doesn't. Next name up, Darius Garland.
Garland. This season, Garland's been
Amen.
incredible.
Yeah,
I'm taking Amen.
I would take Amen for long-term upside as well. Because my thing is like the floor with Amen, which everything he already does at like a best in the world level, transition offense, defense, rebounding for a wing, cutting.
He's so
like he's
smart.
as
He's
good off
so
ball as you can be.
smart,
He
man.
really is. And then if he does really get to a level where he's an on-ball star, that could be a top 5 player. But the floor is like a top 30 player. So if I have that range, Garland doesn't have a ceiling close to that as much as I love him. So I would take Amen.
Who's been better this season? Season.
Garland.
That's kind of where my
if
if I'm taking long term, I'm going to go with the upside of the athletic freak. I agree, but I think this year, I think that's kind of where my head's at. I'm with you. I understand the Amen point, but Garland's been so incredible this year, and I've been a guy who's been vocal against him in the past. He's been amazing.
Joel said long term.
I'm going, this is long term for me. I'm going to Amen Thompson.
Long term.
Yeah.
My ears don't
Bro
work.
didn't know the
Apologize.
rules of this or that.
Shout out to this or that. I'm going to take
Very
Amen.
to read the
similar
fine
Would You
print.
Rather.
Okay, I'm going with Amen Thompson too. It's just the ceiling with him that I'm enamored by right now. Everybody picked Amen, correct? Okay.
Yep.
Next name up, LaMelo Ball.
Thank God I got out of that. I didn't answer.
Oh, you're sick. I'm taking Amen Thompson.
Amen Thompson for sure.
I'm taking LaMelo.
Over LaMelo Ball. Why is it so easy for you guys?
I mean,
Because Amen already does like
Amen wins games.
he already does about
He's a
70% of the game.
All right, calm down.
Why would I take LaMelo over Darius Garland is really the question, when Garland is so much more polished.
Start conversation. Carson,
better
don't
shoot,
Carson.
better playmaking.
Carson, don't make my dick hard. Don't,
I hear I've already done it.
don't get me
Finishing
hard,
is
bro.
better with Garland. He literally shoots
Don't
60%
do it.
on floaters. He's not just back.
You watch
And
the
I
pod,
had
bro.
some doubts
You
last
watch
year.
the
I hate
pod.
to say it because I always loved Garland, but he is not just back. He's way better than ever.
I
Everything
wish
on the
LaMelo
offense.
played on the Cavs.
Carson,
my
bro.
God. Yeah, he'd be doing some crazy shit as he does everywhere.
Thank you.
LaMelo's
Oh,
really good.
crazy in a
Oh,
negative
sorry.
way,
By that I
thanks.
mean turning.
Yeah,
the ball over
whatever.
and
You're a
missing
hater.
throughout the game.
You're a
I
hater.
really like LaMelo. I think what he's done in Charlotte is really impressive, but I prefer Garland.
Am I gonna get swayed by peer pressure here and take a man?
Take LaMelo. Be a LaMelo guy.
I'm just not going to answer the question if that's okay.
Jeez,
I'll
neither
go on
one
to
of
the
them are
next
your
one.
fans.
Wait, all right, hold the fuck on.
What?
So Riv
know.
passes on.
Can you do
No,
that?
Garland or Amen? Answer right now.
Hey, but that's different.
Answer the question.
Drew, can I make a pitch? Can I just make my pitch in my case?
Okay.
It's almost your
Joel
mom.
is not a fan of LaMelo. And Joel is not a fan.
That's why I had to bring it back to you. I had to come back to you to
But
get
me,
your answer before I
Garland-
could get to Joel.
Drew, you know how me and Garland go. You know
I
how
know.
me and the men go. You know.
But that's why I need an answer.
He knows it's a man. That's why he's not answering it. If it was Garland, he would answer it.
It's a men, but I really didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't pick
Yeah.
between my
Yeah.
guys.
All right, now LaMelo Ball or Amen Thompson, Joel. Come on.
I am more fearful of LaMelo Ball making this age poorly.
As
I'm
you
gonna be
should.
honest.
LaMelo Ball's
Like
incredible.
that's the
basketball.
fear in me, because what if LaMelo goes to a good situation, is with a good coach, and cuts out some of that negative stuff? You know, I don't know. I think that LaMelo is just more polished and refined right now. I'm gonna go with LaMelo Ball. I'm going
There
with
you
LaMelo.
You hate
job.
LaMelo, by the way.
Next name up, Cade Cunningham.
Cade. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
I was waiting for this name.
I'm
I
going
would,
with
I would
Cade.
say Cade.
Yeah.
I'm taking a man.
This is hard.
I think I'm gonna take a men. I don't know.
So LaMelo over Cade.
Yeah. What? Make that make sense.
LaMelo is over Cade. I've said that. I've
How?
been saying that. I've said it for months.
But why though?
The issue is Cade Cunningham's ability to finish at the basket is not great, and I understand that.
Wait until you
last
find
year,
out about LaMelo's.
no, agreed. But I also would argue now finally Cade has spacing around him, and still we haven't seen that improve. LaMelo's supporting
What?
cast is horrendous.
Who has improved?
Who has it
No, he's
improved?
right about
No.
Cade's finishing. He's
It's
right,
finishing.
But LaMelo's
Oh,
finishing.
okay.
Oh,
That's
oh,
all-
oh,
yes,
oh,
that's
oh.
all.
Yeah, but
No,
he-
the whole conversation's finishing.
But his jumper is clean.
No, his jumper has been money,
midi
no doubt.
down.
Yeah,
the
OD.
playmaking there. They're
Agreed.
winning.
Turnovers. Watch out.
What's LaMelo's
Turnovers
best
very
skill in
high.
your
Nothing
opinion?
else. This we'll figure that
LaMelo and
out.
Cade, they cancel out.
Yeah,
I think his playmaking is probably his
His
best.
passing.
His
As a
best trait.
scorer, what's his best skill?
the mid range.
Off the dribble. shoot.
LaMelo's.
Wait, we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about LaMelo,
Oh,
right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
his jump
just asking.
shooting.
Hold up,
Okay,
wait,
who's
what?
a better jump shooter this year, Cade or LaMelo?
It's Cade.
Cade Cunningham has been better than him, but in terms of volume, I mean, obviously, LaMelo is taking an exuberant amount of threes.
Can't get to the fucking
Yeah.
rim.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
man.
do you
LaMelo
see
is
the
a really
team?
good
Doesn't
shooter.
try
He
that
just
often. He's
takes
just pulling
really
up.
hard shots.
1-footers.
He does
Yeah,
take
just
so
fucking
many
around.
difficult shots. I mean, we've seen in years past when
Cade takes
he
tough
hasn't
shots too, though.
complicated it like this, where it's on extremely high volume and he's upwards of 39, 40%. Small sample size because of injury, but regardless,
It's always
we've seen that.
LaMelo's
Okay.
definitely a better three-point shooter by far.
So with Cade Cunningham and Amen Thompson, who are you guys going with?
I'm going with
I'm
Cade.
gonna take a man.
I like Cade's size. I like his what he's shown so far, just getting a couple shooters around him and his offensive game taken up. And I get the finishing around the rim, but I also feel like that's something he can improve on. This is not some like 6'1" guard that's gonna have to go around trees. Let's do that 6'8" that I think over time is gonna get better.
How do you improve at finishing near the basket?
Touch.
I'm one.
Again,
Touch. You know, work on your touch. Work on your left hand, right hand.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Like
work
I'm
on getting
genuinely asking.
No,
I'm not
work
even
on like getting through because a lot of the times he gets fouled, he doesn't call it. So now you got
because
to
I
work
feel
on
like jump
finishing.
shooting is something you could work on and lock in
Repetition.
and figure out. Like finishing near the basket, it's like we see small guys have great touch around the rim and be able to finish through contact. I feel like that's something. How do you really work on that?
I don't know. I kind of feel like jump shooting is harder to improve at than finishing. I
Yeah?
think, there's a lot of players that try to fix a jump shot that never can.
I mean, we see
it-
big
I
men
mean-
go from strictly interior players to players like Brook Lopez and Al Horford
I think
finding
it's
a jump
easier
shot
to
and
improve
extend.
as a jump shooter.
Here comes
because
the, here
jump
comes
shooter is
the
just it's
comment.
a harder shot.
It's so much more technique, though. You can totally rework your technique.
You just
Here
go
comes-
on
In
the
jump
line
shooting.
and
Upper half,
put
your
in
lower half. As a
reps,
jump
man.
shooter, finishing, so much of it is athleticism. It's your God-given length.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's things like that.
Amen, brother.
That's true, but
Every
I
inch
think
matters.
I
damn
think
it.
in the
Yeah.
conversation of Cade Cunningham that he has length, he should be a better
It's not
finisher.
length.
I agree.
It's just the
I
lack
think
of
that's why I'm a little bit
explosiveness.
That's what I'm
concerned.
If
He
it's
should be.
burst, Yeah.
you know,
That's
the
why I'm
size is
concerned
there.
about
I
it
feel
a
like
little bit.
physical-
And that's why I'm
should
taking
be.
a man. I'm taking a man because of the
I
athletic
would take a
differences.
man. I would
Good.
take a man because I think that he is so incredibly versatile and he has a potential to, again, impact the game in every phase, on ball, off ball, offensively and defensively. He's already a first team all defense level guy to me in year 2. So clearly is like that better offensive floor raiser, dominate the ball, make every decision for you. And this is really close for me, but I will take the versatility that I get in building around a man in all the different ways that I feel like I can win with him.
Let me say this.
And the true ceiling is higher.
I
with
took
him.
a men to start. I was sitting on it, understanding. I don't know if a men has the ability to be the number one, the lead guard consistently night in, night out. I think with Cade Cunningham, I understand that we haven't seen it consistently. I think this year has been a nice trailer for what can be. I'm going to take Cade Cunningham.
How about you, Riv? You're going to men?
I feel like you picked these names on purpose, man. Y'all know how me.
Rudy did it. I can bear witness. It was Rudy.
Y'all know how me and Cade, we go way back, way back, way back.
Number 1 overall pick, Riv and him.
Yeah.
They go way back.
But then
He
again,
said number 1. He said, "Oh, he's gonna be nice, Dels." I'm like,
You're
"You're
right.
number 1. I hope
you
so."
stayed, you
Pick
stayed
the
true to
name.
Finn.
I'm trying to, bro. But then again, when Amon got drafted, I was saying some delusional stuff, some real delusional stuff that might come true. Give me Amon Thompson, man. That's what I'm going with.
All that to just. Man,
Oh, you don't like it, huh?
I'll be
You don't
honest,
like it, huh?
That's the hot take. It's a
Oh,
hot take.
man.
Cade's been,
I
I
love
don't want to
both.
say a top 10 player this year, but
He's low key.
MVP
He's
wise,
an all-star.
Low key.
I mean, so if you're taking Amen Thompson and Jalen Williams or Amen Thompson,
Who?
Jalen Williams,
J-Dub.
J-Dub.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Jalen Johnson for a second. Amen.
I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know. J-Dub is such an amazing defender. We haven't seen him grow
Amen
as
is
an
better.
offensive player as much. I agree.
Amen's a
but
better
I think
rebounder.
he is. But scoring the basketball,
Jalen's better.
Jalen is a much better player. But I think the two-way, it's a lot more
Yeah, I don't hate it.
consistent. It's tough.
It is.
I think he can
Amon's
stretch.
not a,
He can still finish at the basket. Maybe not this year. He hasn't been the most efficient, but last season he was one of the most efficient scorers, both getting downhill and shooting the three ball. His defense speaks for itself. I think it's J-Dub, but man, if Amon figures out how to be a lead guard, I mean, this could be a non-conversation so quickly.
That's the thing. Like, if he really does become that level of an on-ball creator, and the floater touch is already so much better, and the finishing is nasty. And the first
Amazing.
step is like nothing you've ever seen from a 6'7" dude, and the handle is so
LeBron
good for that size and the footwork. Oh, LeBron's
Sorry.
bigger. Well,
Hey.
yeah, I guess young LeBron.
Bro, shit,
That
girth.
first step was really
Oh
crazy.
my
but,
God.
Amen is one of a kind athletically. I think I lean Amen. I just think about like the floor to ceiling ratio, and there are some of these dudes who have higher floors than Amen, but it's not by that much. And Amen's ceiling is significantly higher than even a J-Dub, who I love.
I think I would take Amen too. The only thing with J-Dub is just he fits perfect on every team. For like, I think he slots in as the number 2 for the next decade and could be the best number 2 in the NBA. Amen, I think he can be the lead guard. I think he could be a top 10 player in the league. He still has to prove it. But like you mentioned, Carson, the floor is so damn high with his two-way ability that I think you just bank on it.
Hey, I'm gonna go with Jalen Williams. I think his floor is being one of the 3 best players on the championship team. So I think
So
they
is
do
Austin Reeves.
different things. No, just stop with that. These names that I'm about to name, they're gonna make you think. But this is rapid fire, this or that. There's gonna be some hard hitting names, so I hope you guys are ready. Evan Mobley.
Mobley.
Amon.
Wow. That's ballsy.
I hope we do not
Amen.
have an Evan Mobley hater among
Amen.
us.
I have no problem
Wow.
with Mobley at
Thank
all.
God. I love Mobley. This one's actually pretty easy for me. I think Mobley's already a top
Lost
20
me.
player.
Lost me. Wait. Stop. Evan Mobley's ceiling is much higher than Jalen Williams.
I have Evan Mobley.
No, I'm talking about
He's
Drew
talking
just
to me.
took Jalen Williams over Amon, but take Amon over Mobley. That's when I jumped in because Evan Mobley's ceiling is much. He's already a better player, but his ceiling is much higher than J-Dub's. Much.
We'll
Evan
get back
Mobley's
to
already
that.
a top 4 defender in the world.
This next name I have for you guys is Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh God, give me
Amen.
Amon.
I would take Amen.
Give me Darius Garland.
Playing better, though.
Give me Cade. Give me Jamal Murray. Let's keep
Carson,
it
are you co-signing his behavior?
Give me whoever. You
Well,
do
I'm not
Westbrook right
co-signing
now.
that, but I am taking Amen over Tyrese. I love Amen, and I have
We know.
loved Amen.
I'm going to take Amen.
You love Tyrese.
You love Tyrese.
I do like
That's
Tyrese.
what-
a
that's
lot,
what I
but
thought you were
I
gonna
love
say.
Amen more.
Give me the most healthiest version, locked in October, November basketball of Tyrese Halliburton. That's who I'm going with.
That's not the time of basketball you want to be your best. But I
Chet
love Tyrese
Holmgren.
a lot.
I would
Oh,
take Chet.
It's Chet.
Easy.
I took
Chet.
Amon over. What? I took Amon over Mobley, so I'm gonna take Amon over Chet.
Okay. I
Wow,
fucking
if
would.
you are pushing this. I
Mobley's
love
better
it.
than Chet.
Franz Wagner.
Chet came out crazy this year.
Amen.
That was nuts to say.
Ooh, Franz is tough.
Franz is not tough. Give me Amon.
Franz is tough.
He is tough, Riv.
It was
Respect
it's
Carson.
the same thing for J-Dub with me. So
Can I ask a question? I'm kind of still stuck on. I know it's supposed to be rapid fire. Do we still think there's another level for Mobley to get to in his offensive game?
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For
But like,
sure.
what is it?
I mean,
I-
initiating
getting
even
more
more from the perimeter, running pick and roll, like
he's
inverted.
still much
I
more
mean,
of a better shooter.
and he's already doing a lot of this. Like it's just so Mobley makes it look so easy sometimes. Like he's shooting the ball well this year. I mean, you're looking at a guy like I don't want to get hyperbolic here because I think this is one of the top 20 players of all time. But like fully unlocked, fully unleashed, I think you're looking at a Kevin Garnett. Like if it's fully unlocked, it may be better.
What do you mean by that? Because are you saying like
Defensively and offensively, I think you're looking, but with more floor spacing, more ball handling, even. Like I think that
KG praise, that's a lot. That's a lot. The high
is.
bar.
He has that sort of unique fluidity and ball handling for being a 7-footer, basically. And
I mean, that's like maxed out.
KG
right?
is a crazy, crazy high bar. He's not going to get there, but I see what you're saying. Like, could be the closest thing.
Yeah, like play
Because
style.
J-Dub's
NBA.
defense
Play
on the
style.
perimeter is pretty incredible. I think he's an amazing defender, very active hands. I think on the
Great.
offensive side, this has been a down year, especially I know he's been in the league only 3 seasons. However, last year, he was so efficient getting downhill as a three-point shooter. I feel like his offensive game, if you combined it with what his defense has been this year, we're talking about a top 25 player in J-Dub.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's kind of where I'm at with
It's just hard. Like, he has really struggled to carry the offense when SJ is off.
I agree.
The results
And
have
I
been
understand where
really
you guys
bad.
are
So,
coming from
I
wholeheartedly.
like J-Dub a lot. I think that he's going to make multiple all-star teams. I also just love him, man. That one was really close for me. Franz is
Rick,
also
do you understand
really
what I'm
close.
saying?
No,
If you match his offense last year with his defense this year,
Mobley's defense is just 10 times better.
but his
He's talking about
offense,
J-Dub.
J-Dub's offense is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
Mobley is the top 20
J-Dub's
player.
offense is good, but Mobley's offense, I don't think. I
Mobley's a
think
top
the gap,
20
Mobley
player.
clears
I think
J-Dub
the
no
gap
matter
in
what.
defense is
Yeah.
higher than the
I
gap.
think Mobley has a lot of skills offensively. I think now he's been able to shoot the ball well. He's
Top
never been a
20.
poor shooter, but he could finish around the basket well. He could handle the ball. He could initiate as well. He's somebody that you can run your offense through. So I don't think there's
True,
a
it's
gap
like-
between Mobley and Williams offensively.
If you have a guy who can make you a top 5 defense every year, which, by the way, when Jared Allen is off the floor and Evan Mobley is on the floor alone, the Cavs defense is insane. It's like equivalent to the second best defense in basketball. And I think he has the best combination of switchability and elite rim protection of any big in the league today. And that guy is a real plus offensively. That's a top 20 player.
So
and
what's
he can
Jaren
still get
Jackson?
better. Jaren Jackson is not somebody who can anchor your defense in the same way because he's not as good of a rebounder. He's not as good of a drop defender.
He's a better scorer, though.
He's a better scorer, but he's also a lot worse as a passer. So offensively, I think that they're similar. I would probably slightly lean Mobley because of the passing gap. And then defensively, I
Jaren's
definitely
been a
prefer Mobley.
dog this season. He's been the best player
Love
on the
season he's
Grizzlies.
had. He has. He's been a great scorer, but he is a really, really bad passer.
So
And he does
Franz
have some of those
Wagner,
key defensive limitations.
Franz is tough.
I'll take
Because
him
if you're
out.
telling me Franz is going to consistently be this level of scorer, this level of shooter, I would be taking Franz. It's just, do I believe in this year he's having right now that this is what's going to be going forward? I would take Amen.
Paulo Banchero.
I don't know.
Paolo.
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 I would take
Paolo.
Paulo.
Okay. And
Did you steal this list?
no,
I saw this
what
on
do you-
Twitter.
steal. What do you mean steal?
Steal,
These are
right?
names.
Like take somebody tweet because I saw these same names.
Rip
Anthony-
does it all the time, so I wouldn't surprise you. Know, it's okay.
No, I definitely do.
Who'd you say?
Anthony Edwards or Amen
Man.
Thompson.
Oh,
I would take
Yeah.
Amen.
Go
Calm
Ant.
down.
And this will be the last name
You're
that
taking
I.
a
Wait, what about
Mandels?
God? Wait, what about
I said
God?
Ant-Man. I said Ant-Man.
Oh,
Oh, listen, it's a closer race.
I'll
than-
be that
Carson,
guy.
last question. Is
I'll be
Evan
that
Mobley
guy.
the best player on the Cavaliers?
Is he their best player?
Is he the best player
No.
on the Cavs?
Has he been their best player this season? I think probably, but I would still take Donovan Mitchell for a playoff run
Okay.
right now. I think Mobley will be their best player, and I think it's
Mhm.
quite close. I also think Garland has been really close this year. I think their big three are all between like the 15th and 25th best player this year. But Mobley's
So they
the
have
guy on
3
my
top
long-term for
25
sure.
players, in your opinion,
This
this
year?
season.
Yeah.
So if they don't win a championship, they failed this year.
No. Well, I don't know. It depends on like I guess how you view
No, because
that.
Garland
I
still
just
has
think
to
the
prove he's a
Thunder are
playoff
so
player.
great and
Okay.
the Celtics are so great that like the Cavs are still clearly third for me. There's just 3 really fucking great teams.
I
this
mean,
year.
dude, they are on pace before this 3-game skid to win upwards of 65 to 70
The
games.
skid is off. We won the other night.
Yeah. And also 2 of those games were without Mobley, so they don't really count.
I understand that, but I'm saying in terms of pace, their win
No, I
pace.
know they're
on-
great. I would still take the Celtics confidently in a 7-game series because the Celtics are that great. And
They are
OKC is that
amazing.
great.
I only say you have 3 top 25 players. It starts to come into conversations of tip or bust. That's
Yeah.
me.
Garland, I don't know if I could stamp him as a top 25 player, but this year he has been for sure.
He's been amazing. Say it again, Riv.
Chip or bust?
Chip or bust? Do you think?
No, wait. I think ECF.
They have to be competitive at
ECF
least
or
against the
Definitely
Celtics.
ECF or bust guaranteed.
Definitely ECF or
Because
bust.
I feel like they haven't. They're playing amazing right now. They're playing at an elite rate. They still have things to prove. Like Garland's, you can say he's having a top 25, year in the regular season, but he still has to prove he can translate to a good level in the playoffs. So it's different. Mobley played really good in the playoffs last year. He has to continue to ascend and show that jumper is reliable in the playoffs. So this team still has to get over that hump, and I think that's why I think it's more ECF or bust. If you lose in the second round, in the first round, I feel like you're disappointed. But if you're in the ECF and you lose in like 6-7 games to Boston, I wouldn't look at that as a failure.
I agree with that.
And also, like, they've gotten so much better so fast. Like, think about expectations coming into this year. They are still a young team. They are still so much trending up. I couldn't say championship or bust.
I get it.
The last name I want to mention for this Amen Thompson, this or that, is another uber athletic point guard, Ja Morant.
Amen.
Ja's on
I'll
a
take a
skid
man.
right now that's kind of nasty.
I don't think it's sustainable, this bad of a skid.
No,
It's
no,
been bad.
No, it can't be. It's impossible.
I mean,
It's
but there's
impossible.
just a complete level of all around impact that I think Amen has that Ja just could never possibly have.
Ja, at his best, is one of the best playmakers in basketball. I think Ja
Logan.
But I mean, Ja
I didn't like that.
Ja's your guy who's going to be your
I
number
didn't
one
like
in the-
that. I didn't like that.
He's
Ja's-
spitting though.
Ja's
He
gonna
is.
be your-
Ja Morant will never have Amen Thompson's defensive impact.
No,
Never.
or
Like-
rebounding.
like,
or,
Just will he ever be
literally-
the playmaker he is? There's some
I'm saying
things.
show some love to that. I know this
I
year
just
it's been
think
rough. I know.
when you have a one-of-one athlete like Amen, who is also going
Morant's
to
a
be
one-of-one
literally
athlete
the
at the
best
guard spot.
perimeter,
Amen's a
but
better
the
athlete.
defensive gap
agree.
is so massive. And
You're
when I think
cooking.
about what Amen already is offensively, he averages just an efficient 17, 10, and 3 as a starter, and how much he can still grow. I would take Amen comfortably.
I don't
honestly.
hate that.
I think I would take Amen too. The
Amen
offensive gap is
comfortably?
like it's tough because Ja's offensive game, like even at Amen's peak, I don't think he'll ever be the playmaker Ja is. Like Ja's a guy that's averaged over 25 a night, right? 27, I think he hit. Is Amen ever going to hit that level? I don't think so. But defensively, man, I think he could change your defense. And that to me, with what he can be on offense, which is really, really good, is we ever be like elite top 5 level? I don't know. I think I'll take Amen.
And he's
Riv.
also Amen
Sorry.
is so much better off ball, which is such a big thing. Like
He
I do
better
have my
be.
issues with Ja. Well, yeah, but it's like a gap the size of the Atlantic Ocean, man.
But
what they
that's,
do
if
on
he's
ball.
not great off ball, he's irrelevant on offense, sadly.
Yeah, but that means that if he can improve that facet of his game,
I
he has
understand.
both.
I agree.
I
I agree.
think this is going to be Amen Thompson for me because of the character. I feel like I can rely and trust him more than Ja Morant
my
to stay out of
God.
trouble.
Hell yeah,
This
brother.
I'm going with
podcast
Amen
has been
Thompson.
Riv, imagine I
erratic.
said that, Riv.
Yeah, on Black History Month, bro.
Didn't Ant-Man, if I recall, was on Twitter.
Did he get suspended?
About some
No.
nasty-
No, but he
You know
got
what?
fined fucking 7 times this year.
Who cares? He's still playing well. It
Go ahead,
doesn't
Drew,
matter.
speak, bro.
Riv, I got to be honest. I respect the hell out of Ja. I'm shocked that everybody here is saying Amen, like as easily as it is. I
not
understand
easy.
Ja hasn't been the best version of himself this year, and Amen's the shiny new toy, but he's also amazing. Like he's the shiny new toy, but like this is like you're
Good.
getting the Xbox 360 on release day. It's amazing.
I just think it's Ja, as great as an offensive player he is great. He's a little limited. Like he can't do everything. Like he's definitely
He averaged
as great as he
27
is
and
getting
10.
downhill, the playmaking,
Shooting,
yes, but he's not
efficiency, it's not
perfect
great.
offensive player.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Closing statement,
He's an
Riv.
amazing playmaker. He's still an
Yeah, no,
amazing
absolutely.
playmaker.
I just want to say this. Joel, you fucked me. You fucked me yet again.
This was targeted.
Yet
Oh my
again.
God, wow.
Dude, he was getting
Like
into
you
it,
are
bro.
terrorizing my booty
stroke
hole,
game
bro.
was
Riv like
crazy,
had
bro.
the
That
top
stroke
25
game
players
was
in the league.
wicked.
Prime
Oh
Michael
my
Phelps.
God.
Prime
Like-
Michael Phelps,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah, this is
Joel.
hurting me.
Did you see his eyes? Rotate
he's a
back
nut.
of his head.
Went
Yeah,
to
no, he-
another place.
You look like he was having fun. In my booty. I don't know about that one. This one's tough because I do think John Morant's a little bit of a tough situation right now and just having a bad year. I do think the offense has changed also with his game a little bit. It's a lot more isolation, less pick and roll. I don't know why that's been weird, but also he's been shooting the jumper a little bit more and it's just not falling. He's being frustrated and complaining about the calls and it's lacking in his game. I think he needs to get an in between game. I think Amen kind of has that. He's had that this season. That little in between game with the floater around the rim and stuff like that. I feel like this question can only get answered off faith and just belief, because I think both of them are one-on-one athletes. Amen being one-on-one in the league, arguably damn near probably in history. But John Morant is a special athlete at the guard spot. Amen is a A+ defender. That is important, especially for his size, his versatility. John Morant is an A++ passer. Like, he is one-on-one in that department. He's up there with the best in the league, top 7, top 6 passer in basketball. That is extremely important for his position. I look at it as whoever you think has faith in getting a average 3-point shot is the guy you go with. And I think John Morant has shown you in the playoffs that he can shoot the ball at a solid clip. But at the same time, he also shows you his deficiencies, the reasons why he can get, schemed up. I think with Amen, I lean to him because I think the defense is going to be there for 10 to 12 plus years. And I do rely on him getting a steady jump shot just because of the fact that I've seen the growth in him from OTE to year 1 to year 2. So I'm more than confident in his work ethic as opposed to John Morant.